Hello, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. In this video, I'm going to talk about what to do if your specific person is lying to you. How do you deal with this situation if they are lying to you? I got this question and I think it's a really good question. I think there's probably a lot of, I teach what to do through my own perspective and through my own style. And I think my style is probably really different than maybe other teachings. So I'm excited to dive into this with you. Before I jump in, please make sure you are subscribed to my channel in the corner or below. Also know that I offer lots of self-study manifesting courses. All of my courses are linked below. There are 13 courses down there in the description. I can help you manifest anything you want. The last thing I'll say is I do a weekly giveaway for a bundle of 3 ebooks that I wrote. The way to enter into the contest is to subscribe to my channel, to like this video, and to comment below. Okay. What do you do if your specific person is lying to you? The question actually was more along the lines of, how do I ignore that my specific person is lying to me in order to change that reality? That's how she worded it, something like that. Now, this is not how I would approach this situation at all. I wouldn't approach the situation by trying to ignore your specific person lying to you. There's a reason for that. So first, let's say, I'm sure that there are teachings out there that would, in this type of situation, they would say, be affirming the reality you want, be affirming the reality you want. And of course, if you are able to affirm the reality that this person is being honest with you, and you're able to make that your dominant inner experience, your dominant belief system, your dominant feeling about the whole situation, that they are not lying to you anymore. So if your affirmations are allowing you to change the way you perceive this situation, then yes, you can be affirming, they're so honest, they're so honest, they're so honest. You can also test it out, because that's kind of a quick and easy way to deal with the situation. Test it out and see if you're affirming they're so honest with me. See what types of results you get. This is not what I would suggest doing personally, unless, again, you are affirming in that way and it's resonating for you and you feel the truth of it and it starts to become your dominant inner reality. So the reason I wouldn't suggest doing this, and I would suggest taking this other route, which I'm going to tell you about, is because we have to remember that when we are manifesting, we are changing the self. More than changing anyone else, we are changing the self. We are changing the self. And so there is a self-concept, the you that is being lied to. That self-concept feels betrayed, feels lied to, feels untrusting, feels, it feels horrible to feel like you're being lied to. I understand. I've been there before. It does not feel good. There's all these collapses in the way that you feel about yourself when you feel you are being lied to. I feel that the more kind of needy and desperate approach to dealing with this type of self-concept is to immediately start trying to change the other person. However, again, if those affirmations or that visualization of them being honest is not actually shifting the way you feel about it, I would take the approach that I'm going to tell you about now. And that is an approach of, it could be a number of different things, and you have to decide what it is for your circumstance, but it would be an approach that is more along the lines of fierce self-love, boundaries, perhaps confronting what's going on in terms of like confronting the fact that you're being lied to, and setting a boundary saying like, this isn't going to work for me. That doesn't work for me. I need to shut the door until that's not happening yet anymore. So this is the approach that I would take. And here is why. How I teach manifesting, what I believe about manifesting, is it's really about changing who you are. So in a situation where you are being lied to, your number one goal is to get into a state of being / self-concept that feels more powerful than you feel when you're being lied to. When you when you feel like you're being lied to, and when you're in the situation where you're being lied to, it's super it's very collapsing, contracting. You feel disempowered. You feel really, really small. Your job to shift your reality, with this person, to shift your reality in like the biggest way, is to move into a position of power, to move into a new self-concept, to move into a self-concept who does not get lied to, period. And this is done, I think, in a way that's like probably really gonna change the dynamic for good. This is done through fierce self-love, which is finding your own inner no, your inner boundary, the part of you that's like, this doesn't work for me. Bye. Bye. Until, and the reason you're saying bye, and again, bye can be taken a lot of different ways. It doesn't have to be an actual goodbye. But what I'm saying is, if you're in a dynamic and you're like trying to change the other person, but the truth is you are just saturated in the fact that you're being lied to, it feels awful. I really think for most people, the best move is going to be to set that boundary and take a pause on the relationship, because you are not a person who is available to be lied to. And until you know that, the dynamic of and the manifestation of being lied to is going to continue to show up. You have to become a new person. And we do this through self-concept work. We do this through I am statements. We do this through self-love. You have to become a new person who knows that he or she will not be lied to. And you have to be willing to choose that self-concept over choosing someone who's lying to you. The thing is, when we choose ourselves in this way, this is a very fast, very potent, and also it's a deeper way to change the relationship dynamic. You really do have to step into a new self who knows that you will not be lied to. And one of the most empowering things we can do is letting go of dynamics where the trauma is happening, where the wound is continuing to happen, and we're stuck in that dynamic. Now, I understand, as I've said this in other videos, I understand that it can be really scary to set boundaries with your specific person, especially if you want them. It can be scary to even like think about potentially cutting off the relationship, because they're your specific person and you want them. But yourself has to be so solid in what you're going to receive from this person. And that is all self-work. And it's easier to do that self-work when you're not in the relationship with the person than when you are and the issue keeps coming at you. And so again, what I would recommend doing, just recapping, what I would recommend doing is you can try at first to change your affirmations and your beliefs about this person. They're learning to be honest. They're starting to become more honest. I'm so appreciative of them being honest. And if that really starts to change how you feel about the situation, great. And also just see what the results are. Maybe the results will be that that person changes. That's great. If you find that you're not getting results that way, I would go into a little more of fierce self-love. I can't remember if I linked the video. If not, I will link it up there, my fierce self-love video. You can watch it after. I would go into more fierce self-love, because remember, you're changing you. You have to be someone or become someone who's just not available to be lied to. That is a self-concept. That is self-confidence. That is like a new you. And as you become that new person, your outer reality has to conform and show you that new reality, okay? Thank you so much for being here with me in this video. I love being here with you. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel, you like the video, and you comment below. I'll see you soon. Bye.